Hey guys, thank you for clicking on the video to discuss who's the real monster as I talk about the new Frankenstein movie by Guillermo del Toro. Just for some background, I am not familiar with the novel. I am familiar with previous adaptations, and just for some context, I'm not the biggest fan of Guillermo del Toro's previous films. I think he's a really good guy. He's an amazing guy, and I love what he stands for. But I haven't really been drawn to his films like that. But I was going in with an open mind. The trailers didn't move me that much, and I was ready to see it. I saw it on film, and I was ready to just dig in. Before I continue the review, I just want to ask you guys to like and subscribe to me. I'm going to be posting more movie reviews for the rest of the year, going into the Oscar season, talking about my Oscar predictions, end of year recaps, stuff like that. So stay tuned because I'm back with a vengeance. I never left, but also my films are also on this YouTube channel if you want to check them out. But let's start with the positives. Boom. Easily the best part of the film, Jacob Elordi's performance as the creature. He absolutely carried the movie. Like, Jacob Elordi is an actor where Euphoria is probably what most people know him from, what I know him from. I think he's a good actor. I think he does a good job in Euphoria. He did a good job in Saltburn. Those are both projects I don't necessarily think are good, but he did his job. He did it right. And Andrew Garfield was previously supposed to play the role of the creature, and I just have no clue how anyone else except for Jacob Elordi would have tackled this role, because he just brings such a vulnerability, and it's really the eyes. It's the eyes. He does great, physicality. We see him as a baby. We see him develop his voice, his hair, just the design. The creature in general carried the movie completely for me. Like, this whole second half of the movie, I was engaged, but that leads me to my first criticism, I guess, where the pacing was not it for me. It felt like Victor's half, which I didn't completely, connect with or like. That felt like 2-3 hours long, and the creatures part, my favorite part of the movie, felt like way shorter and quicker in comparison. And I would have just appreciated, well, I know the movie's split in half, but I would have appreciated more, better pacing in there, because for the first half, Victor's half, I just wasn't really sold on Oscar Isaac's performance. Neither was I really interested in, a lot of Victor's upbringings. I know it's important to the themes and the plot, but is it really? We could talk about that later, but I just felt myself really disengaged, honestly getting kind of bored in the first half. And I think, they could have chopped some stuff up or paced it out a little better for us to get to when he makes a creature, why he makes a creature, and all of that, what he's interested in. And I just didn't really find Victor's half as compelling. I know I said I didn't read the novels or anything like that, but I am close with a lot of people that are Frankenstein enthusiasts, and I've spoken to them about it and how the film holds up to the novel. So this is me going off of what my discussions with them. But from what they told me, I just feel like the movie kind of loses a sense of complexity that was in the novels, specifically in Victor's character. As in the novel, he seems to be driven by a lot of ego, self-loathing, guilt. He's wrestling with so many emotions that I didn't really get from Victor in the film. I just didn't really understand the switch he goes through. He switches so fast on his behavior towards the creature in the movie, and I didn't think it felt earned, and I was just kind of confused by it, because it just didn't coincide with the Victor I was really trying to familiarize myself with. And that also leads to the creature. I feel like there's a sense of complexity lost. The movie kind of just hinges on Victor's a real monster, he's a real creature, when really it seems like in the novel it was both of the characters were complex characters. But I think in the movie it's really simplified and watered down to Victor's bad, the creature's the victim. In the original movies and in the novel, the creature's not just a victim who wants to do good, but the world doesn't accept him. Of course, he is that, but he's also someone that's killed people, innocent people, and that wasn't really, like, I feel like that element of the creature's character was missing in the movie, and we were just supposed to feel bad for him the whole movie. I feel like the movie didn't really have, trust in the audience to handle such complex characters, and it kind of watered down the characters, made them one-dimensional, and also there was like a lot of like CG wolf fights where I feel like were just added in there because Netflix said we need more action. That brings us to how it was directed. Beautiful production design, beautiful costume design. I love the design and the vibe of the world we're living in. The cinematography was also good, but at times it felt kind of video gamey to me, but for the most part, amazing. We're gonna see those at the Oscars fighting for the win, probably with Wicked. I wouldn't be mad if it won. It's a technical marvel. I gotta give it to that, but that should be the common denominator between everyone, whether you love the movie, hate the movie, or feel in between. The score as well was really popping at times. The score really had its moments. I wish we kind of had more of it. Probably if I listen back or rewatch back on it, I'll probably notice it a little more. I was probably more focused on the characters, but the score gets 2 big thumbs up from this guy. In conclusion, I would say, Frankenstein is it's a worthy adaptation of the classic monster story, but I feel like it just loses a sense of complexity and doesn't have trust in the audience. But, it's a fun time. I really love the second half. The second half really makes it worth the watch. I'd give it a 6.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope, you've taken some value in what I'm saying. I'm just some dude. You don't gotta listen to me. But if you disagree with me or have similar thoughts, leave them down below in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're thinking. And stay tuned because I'm going to be watching more movies soon, and I'm going to want to talk to you about it. Bye.